Hi, I'm Mr. Jeremy. Welcome back to Making the Impossible Possible. Well, like I said in the last video, I'm just going to change things up for a while and just tell my life story. Maybe that will generate some more views because I have a lot of videos that get 0. And I just don't understand that. So when you look at your whole life, let's just start with my parents, okay? So we lived in Michigan pretty much my entire life, outside of the time that I went into the Army, and I was gone for a few years, and I lived all over, okay? So my mom was always really cool. And even though my mom and dad were married for over 40 years before my dad died, I always looked at it like I was my mom's kid and my brother was my dad's kid. It was a really weird dynamic. So my mom was always cool, always supportive, even through today. So I'm very lucky to have her. But my dad was a totally different story. After he died and stuff, I really looked at, the whole situation, because he had never told me once that he loved me. And I know I'm supposed to be a man and just get over it, but it does hurt, And he tried to make it in the music business for a long, long time. And I think, like, when I started getting older, I think that's why I tried to make it in the music business. In some way, like, if I had made it, maybe he would have loved me then. But neither one of us made it. And that's a whole nother series of videos where I was just scanned and conned over and over and over again. And maybe I never even really had talent in the beginning. And I just can't come to terms with it. But anyway, so he worked at General Motors, and back in the 70s when he started, they had 2 options. So you can do 30 years in the regular factory, or they had this option, you could work in the foundry where they made like the frames of vehicles and stuff but if you did that, then you can retire at 25 years, like 5 years earlier. But it was so hot in there. That's why they offered that option. And this is back when they actually had a pension, before everyone went to 401ks and stuff. So he hated that job. And I think on top of that, with him wanting to be a musician, the hatred of being stuck with this family, I think really destroyed him inside. And here's just a crazy story of what happened. So probably like, I don't know, this could have been like late 80s or mid 80s, somewhere in that time period. He had this opportunity to get this job down in Nashville as a session musician. So way back in the day, like, if you were a session musician and you worked at like one of these recording studios, you could actually get your name on a record. And that was his goal, main time, the whole time was, if he can't make it in a band, at least get on a record. And I think deep down, he would have considered that, making it. So this opportunity comes up. And I remember this, like, I was upstairs, my mom and dad were downstairs in the living room, and I heard this big argument like break out. And my mom was saying, it's too much of a risk. You have this good job at GM. We have insurance, all kinds of stuff. And he wanted to go down to Nashville. So I guess on some level, I have to, like, give him credit for just not abandoning the family.